Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee and I'm here because I lost a bet. It may be the fastest thing in outer space, but could we live there? Scientists are taking a closer look at a new exoplanet called WASP 189b orbiting a star about 2,000 light years from Earth. WASP 189b is believed to be slightly larger than Jupiter and orbits a star that's 1,000 degrees cooler than our own sun. And scientists believe that the planet is tearing itself apart as it appears to be spiraling in toward its star. And as extreme as all that sounds, the one thing that may make the planet completely uninhabitable is the fact that it orbits its sun once every 18 hours. A year is only 18 hours. No work would ever get done. I mean, once you get done cleaning up from one New Year's Eve party, it's time to set up for another. That's the news. On with the show. Really?
Oh,
Pretty good.
yeah.
Guys at JPL are like, dude, just no time to set up for the next party.
Yeah. Oh, somebody just popped in. TMV Cafe, which is sharing our video streams every now and then, or linking our YouTube page. His name's EW. Welcome, EW. Glad you could be here. Thank you for stopping in. Like Carl Witzman says, for everybody on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and share it to your friends.
Bing!
Because we do something nobody else does. We can talk for 2 hours and talk about nothing.
Seinfeld used to do that, but it was only 30 minutes at a time.
Yeah. See, Seinfeld couldn't even do it.
I know.
But one thing I want to ask everybody is, how am I sounding tonight?
Primo.
Pretty good.
Audio better than it has been in a while?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a reason. I come home and there's a box on my front porch. I open up the box and there is something in it with a little note from Amazon.
Oh,
That's so
bravo,
wonderfully
Carl.
nice
Thank
of
you.
him. Carl Whitson, you are the man. Thank you. Now I'm almost professional.
Wow, you even got a
Chalk mountain, everything.
a pee condom on there.
Yeah.
Dead
to
cat.
protect from your pees, your plosives.
Yep. And I just can't quite get it adjusted right. I'm gonna put it back down here.
It'll take a little getting used to. Now,
Yeah.
that mic is a side pickup, so do not aim it at you. It's a side pickup.
So sort of, that's a little better.
Yeah, just have it in front of you like
Okay.
that, you know.
All right.
So,
Yeah. Carl goes, thank you, sir, and much. Says it looks and sounds good. And hey, Ruth, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Joe, just out of curiosity, tell us a little bit about TMV Cafe.
Oh, TMV Cafe. Okay. I just realized something. Y'all talk for a second. I'll be right back.
speak amongst yourselves.
Did you?
I was really hoping that Dan was going to be on tonight. That should be interesting with his new choppers.
He's learning to talk and swallow and do all sorts of stuff again.
Yeah. Bless his heart. I'm so happy for him.
Were they made for him, or you just get the wrong ones at Cracker Barrel?
Do what?
Usually that happens at the VA, you know.
They turned you out for the wrong person.
That's the thing. He did spend the extra money though, because he wanted to get the automated kind, so he can go. Zzz, 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 zzz.
Oh, darn,
man.
skunk! You could have had that video ready to go. Darn.
Yeah.
What video?
The little chattering
teeth.
Yeah, the clattering teeth jumping by.
That's right.
Is he too young to know what the hell we're talking about, Lewis?
No, I just
I know
talking
the
about,
one
but what video? There's like 8 billion different things that you could be referencing.
Yes.
Any of them.
Any of them would do.
Pick one. Put it on the show. And when Dan comes on, you can have the little clattering teeth go running by. Say, hey, Dan, go catch your teeth. Okay.
Well, I like the. I mean, me personally, the Beetlejuice one.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Oh, that is a good one.
Oh, you're asking what is TMV Cafe?
Oh, yes, we were at that.
TMV Cafe is a internet radio station out of San Antonio, Texas.
No.
They're starting to transition to video because video's the way to go.
Really? No one told us.
Yeah, and when they're not actually broadcasting the live, they were doing live podcasting. I actually had a show there. Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speak of the devil.
And
Spoilers.
they play independent music from independent artists around the country or the world or all that. But yeah, EW's a great guy. Put up with my shenanigans for a while.
That makes him a saint, doesn't it? I mean, like if he's Catholic.
Yeah, that gets him close anyway.
They still have live broadcasts.
And they still have the live broadcast.
That's pretty cool.
Well, oh,
I have to check that out now. Wait. I have to check it out now.
John, you're on a show?
Yes, I know.
yeah.
Okay.
It's called Meta.
I didn't get a picture uploaded that I was supposed to get uploaded.
Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. We got to shut the whole show down now. Joe, it's all your fault.
Want what quote? EW. Oh, he's a saint.
I'm putting up with Joe. Hey, I told that joke one night about thoughts and prayers need to go out to his wife, Donna. There's nothing wrong with her. She just has to live with Joe. All right.
Yeah.
That is true.
But yeah, let me find that picture.
And Joe, I noticed something interesting when you had me go through the loop of like restarting my computer, and then it wouldn't restart properly because of my second monitor. Thanks, Joe. I now have the capability of 1080p video for some reason.
Ooh.
Yes, we are. We upgraded.
And I told Joe earlier today, NVIDIA did an upgrade or did a driver update today. So
I'll need to look
you
into that.
have NVIDIA graphics cards.
I do, but it's pretty old unless it updated itself today. I'm looking at the control panel. So let's see if I start chugging.
But it must be kind of important because not only did it come up on just, hey, you got NVIDIA, so here's a driver update. It came up on the NVIDIA game experience.
Gotcha.
Well, shoot.
Bang.
Nothing like everything going wrong at the wrong.
What are you bitching about?
Yeah. What are you bitching about?
She
Joe,
was in the living room and I heard her yip, and she just comes walking right on in here.
we're supposed to ask you about duct tape and why she's not gonna be a model again.
Who?
Your wife.
Oh, well, that's not what I was going to do.
I remember the duct tape corsets.
Yeah,
They were.
They were awesome until Donna passed out.
That wasn't Donna that passed out. That was Jesse.
Oh,
Truth.
I'll be back.
look, somebody passed out. Okay, that's all I remember. Hey,
Yeah. Who? Do what?
she just said she would be back, dude.
Oh, okay.
But you for not paying attention.
Well, I told you I forgot to upload something, so I had it is the topic of discussion.
Really? Because you give me like 5 this week.
I've seen a couple of those this week.
Yeah, that popped up in my memories. Can you believe that's been 9 years ago, Skunk?
That is Dog and Dan's Song and Dance.
I mean, on one hand, yes, I can absolutely believe that was 9 years ago. Because we've been doing this for a long time.
And then the
what I can't believe, Joe.
Yeah.
Right. What I cannot believe is the fact that put that picture back up.
Put that picture back up. Okay. Let me find that picture again. There's that picture.
What I can't believe is that outside of the fact that you're shaven right now,
yeah,
you really don't look any older. It's been 10 years, you still look almost exactly the same. If you grew your facial hair out, you'd look exactly the same.
probably.
He's timeless.
That's what I don't believe.
That's what you don't believe.
Nah.
And then there is the big story that happened 8 years ago at HallowCon that absolutely made HallowCon legendary. And I would so much want to be I would do that again if it would be safe.
What, electrocute an electrician?
No, trying to keep the convention running after we electrocuted an electrician.
He wasn't even an electrician, actually. Now that I think, if I remember correctly, he was a handyman.
Yeah.
Really didn't know what the hell he was doing because he was using.
He wasn't that handy, was he?
Yeah. No, he used a screwdriver to jump a breaker.
An uninsulated screwdriver.
That's not wise.
Even with an insulated screwdriver, that's a bad idea.
Yeah. But
Must have been the same handyman that did the locks for our safe the other day at work. Yeah. He literally came in with 2 screwdrivers. I'm like, what are you doing?
No, but after after he, literally blew himself up, blew his hands off.
What happened to the screwdriver? That's what I want. I don't care about the handyman. Just was it a good screwdriver?
Who knows? I think it vaporized. Yeah. But I don't know if y'all read that where I posted how it all began. That the fire department actually shows up and tells everybody to please exit the building through the lobby. Do not go back to your room. They pretty much pull the meters on the hotel, and the hotel says, y'all can stay if you want to. There's no electricity, but the water still works. And we completed a convention. Heather, were you there?
Yep. I showed up after the fire department left.
And we had the Molly Maguires playing acoustic in the parking lot. It was probably unreal. I mean, I powered the sound system off the inverter in my car.
He was also a complete jerk about it, though, because if y'all know Joe Doc, you can imagine that the first thing that he did was when he got that inverter going is he took we had the lights that went around the room that are the Christmas tree lights. He turned them on using the inverter, and everybody thought the power was back on, and they all cheered. Then he took them off again. Then he put them on. Then he took them off. And then finally somebody looked over, and there he is in the doorway grinning like an idiot, unplugging them. And everybody's like, how is he doing that? Is he controlling the power for the entire building? And I'm sitting there like shaking my head going, it's an inverter. He's got his car backed in, guys. Come on.
Well, if you don't remember, I cut it on first. You hear, yay! Cut it off, and it's, oh. Cut it on, yay! Cut it off, oh. Cut it on again, yay! Third time I cut it off. Where the hell's Joe Dog?
Oh, yeah, about third time it happened, everybody knew it was him.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing, was everybody's like, I'm like, he's right there, guys. Come on, is nobody paying attention? And I don't know.
Did you not see me plugging up the extension cord and running it out the door?
I did. Nobody else did. They're all blind. Dumb, I don't know.
Have you ever seen, there's a video on YouTube where the daughter has a bunch of her little girlfriends over, and they're upstairs in the bedroom playing with the Ouija board. And the dad goes down to the circuit breaker box and starts flipping the lights on and off, and you hear all these little girls going, ah!
Actually, I watched that today.
No, I didn't need that eardrum.
Hey, I feel one of these things is not like the other. Okay.
Yeah, you're the only
You're
ones
the
without
only
headphones.
one without headphones. Get with the program, John.
Oh, all right. Damn it.
Well, the thing is that with everybody else, if they don't wear headphones, there's all sorts of issues.
One of us.
Right? But with John, it's
perfect.
Just his audio is fine. It's everybody else's audio that sucks.
Oh.
I just did it because I can hear and I don't have other people's voices.
Those
voices
voices are in your head.
I just realized something. All the brandy stayed at the bottom of the coffee cup this time.
That's
Oh, good.
I'm gonna get good Joe here in a minute.
All right.
Y'all have fun.
Joe's gonna be Uncle Sleepy this time.
What are you doing, John?
He's showing off. He's got light up Corsair headphones.
Wireless headphones. Yeah.
Now, do I have to go get wired headphones now to match your?
Oh, wow.
You gotta get a wire.
You sound much better.
You have to get a wire.
You actually do sound a lot better.
Really? Well,
yeah.
Because there's a little dinky mic right here.
You sound like you're in an airplane.
There's a reason for that. This is my Starship Commander's headset. Okay.
But here's the other thing, though.
Yeah.
Because he sounds like he's being really quiet now.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not having to yell.
Yeah.
I can yell if I want to.
No, I don't want fries with that, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
Sever your leg, sir. It is the day.
About a month or two ago, we were talking about having the flight headsets with the USB converters.
Yeah.
I think you need to get one of those.
Oh, it's like the
See, mine are
I've got that tanker
over there.
helmet that I would really love to make an adapter for that thing, goggles and everything. So.
You gotta if you've never seen it, by the way, guys.
What?
And I believe it's on YouTube. There is a video it was from Homestar Runner. It's a little cartoon where I don't remember the name of it, but Strong Bad and the Cheat are walking through the field and they just run into a drive-through speaker with no restaurant.
Sorry, Carl.
And it starts they go up to him, they're like, what? There's just a drive-through speaker. Why is that here? What is it doing? And it starts talking to him, but they decide to order from the invisible restaurant. And every time that they say something and it comes through the speaker, it's gibberish. But they're arguing with the thing because they don't like. At one point, they ask him what because they're getting a kid's meal. What kind of toy comes with the kid's meal? It's brown. It's brown. They're out of blue ones. What do you want? And it says like sever it. Please sever your leg. It is today.
Have you ever heard?
Yeah, Corey does do that.
Have you ever heard the one about the guy? He got fired from Crystal, or just they pissed him off. He quit. He walked out. He was wearing his uniform and everything. Took the headset radio with him. Got out to his car, drove all the way home. He was just so mad. He didn't even realize by the time he got home, he'd been cussing the whole way home, and he only lived a couple of blocks from the Crystal. They heard him the whole way home talking about how the manager was, just this.
Consider that my exit interview.
And if the customers ever found out what they did to the hamburgers and then he got home and they called him. He said, "Would you please bring the radio back?" He's like, and he suddenly realized he has a radio. He's like, "No," and just turns it off. Waits until their big rush hour that night. Puts on his regular clothes, street clothes, goes back with the headset and radio, parks in the parking lot next to Crystal, and for the rest of the night starts messing up every order in the drive-thru at the Crystal restaurant for like 6 hours. He's sitting over there in his car drinking beer, just messing with the Crystal restaurant.
Yes,
And if I'm not mistaken, it was actually the one in Red Bank.
So do you still got that headset, John?
No, I threw it away. I couldn't recharge the battery. I mean, what else was I doing? So anyway, no, that I did not actually do that. But rumor has it we do know the person that did that. So, you don't want
to?
No.
Oh, okay. That's the only other one I could think of that worked there.
Oh, no, I better not say. I don't have that kind of permission.
You can put it in private chat.
Okay. One of the other reasons I don't wear the headset is I'm one of those people who forgets to turn it off when I go eat a beer and use the bathroom and stuff like that. So, I apologize in advance.
Well, then you should use a wired headset.
That would probably help.
Suckers will yank right off of your head by the time you get to the door.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mine unplugged from 2 different spots, so I'd end up taking the headset with me, depending on how many beers I've had. And then I won't get to talk to you when I got back. Then I'd be really mad at myself, and there's Joe.
So, I don't know. I'm tired. I've been fighting videos all week.
I know. Did you try the mirror? You mirrored the whole video and then uploaded it again with a different name?
No, they've blocked me from uploading.
Hey, Kyle, what do you use to edit video?
Premiere.
Have you been using it lately?
Yeah. Why?
Has it been working for you?
Yes.
Last update that came out, man, I was trying to edit these little videos for Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't get anything to even process. Apparently, they just did an update about 4 days ago, and everybody on all my different Facebook forums and stuff, everybody has been bitching about Premiere quit working on them, or it's not doing this, or it's not doing that. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's obviously the problem. And it usually takes Adobe about a week to come up with a patch to fix their updates.
Yep.
Kind of like Apple.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to wait for the patch before I try to edit anything else.
Right.
Thank goodness I'm between projects right now.
I haven't gotten an update.
See, mine updates automatically.
Yeah.
Which I should probably turn that off, but
yeah, see, I never get any updates. If I want to update, I have to manually do it.
Now, do you have the Creative Cloud or do you have the standalone?
I have the standalone.
Oh, okay. See, I've got the Creative Cloud, and it updates one or more of those apps at least once a week.
And just so you know,
having the Creative Cloud would be nice. I ain't got that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
I put the headphones back up because you guys sound better without the headphones. When I'm using the headphones, you sound like you're in a cave.
Oh, okay.
Well, it sounds like you have some crappy headphones.
Lewis, if you need an
no, just they're right there. You know, they're cups.
Yeah.
If you need an emergency to go to, DaVinci is amazing.
I hear something, and since John took off his headphones, I know it wasn't from John.
What are you hearing?
A metallic ringing kind
of. Sounds
I'm
like
hearing it too.
A
reverb.
Then it's maybe me because I can't hear it. Hold on.
Oh, I'm not hearing it right now.
Periscope. Like
no, if you're quiet, you can hear it. No.
I have a fan.
It did almost sound like jungle drums.
Sorry.
Is that you, Joe?
I'm not used to this new mic. I was sitting here playing with the little Titany thing.
Yeah, that's it. Stop
Sorry.
that.
Okay,
jackass.
You
son of a bitch.
I got to fit.
Get a fidget spinner. Just get a fidget spinner or something.
I'm going to have to.
Just don't.
Yeah,
Is our conversation not riveting enough for you?
Bees or whatever, the squishy stress toys or something like that.
Is our conversation not riveting enough for you, Joe, for you to pay attention?
Oh, I'm paying attention. I'm just
literally with me fidgeting. Hey, I spin the ball nonstop on my.
There's a thing.
This is like the fourth cup of coffee. I got to fidget with something, okay?
You will see people in the military that are so used to talking on comms while doing something else that their hands cannot quit moving while they're talking to people. You'll see that a lot with military people. And they actually have to concentrate on putting their hands behind their back or something. So
I am not a military person at all.
I drive a Ford Focus. And if anybody has driven a manual Ford Focus, they know that in order to get the car into reverse, you have to lift this thing around the stick shift to get it into.
Yeah. It's got a reverse lock.
I drive down the road pulling this thing up. Before that, like every car that I've ever had with an e-brake right beside me.
Click, yep.
I had an Isuzu that was a 5-speed straight shift or manual transmission. I had a Ford Ranger that was a 5-speed manual transmission. My next one was a Ford Explorer with an automatic transmission. And you can, if you pay attention, you can still see me trying to shift into first at the stoplights.
Oh, I hate driving. My car's got a floor shifter, but my truck's got a column shifter. And when I get, when I go from one to the other, it's like, where the hell did my go?
I'm so used to driving my Pacifica. So I'm like changing the radio stations and looking for the windshield wipers and all the other stuff.
When I go between an automatic and a stick, I accidentally hit the clutch in the automatic. It's the brake.
Oh, now when I upgraded to an automatic truck at work, you don't know how many times I about throwed my passenger through the windshield trying to shift gears.
Locking down that foot brake.
My brother wanted me to drive his Jeep, and I got into it, and I was looking for the power switch, and I was looking at the clutch, and I was trying to find the starter switch. It's like, what are you doing? And he hands me the keys, and I'm like, oh, yeah, civilian Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you used to.
Yeah, well, you flip the power switch on, reach down there, and they had that big starter switch behind the clutch, which was like a really cool safety invention. You had to have the clutch in to hit the starter switch, which means the truck wasn't, well, it could have been in gear, but the clutch was down. So
Yeah. I had to bring my car in for some body work after the tornadoes a couple of months ago, and the rental car that I got had a key. I'm like, oh, how quaint. Because I'm used to just, walking up to my car. I touch my car. It unlocks for me. I sit down. I press a button. It starts for me. Yeah, I'm not used to handling keys anymore. My house, I hit the button for the garage door, and I never have to use a key at the front door. So I forgot how to use keys.
Are we getting to the point that keys are going to be obsolete?
Yeah. It's going to be replaced by biometrics. Either
they'll be emergency only. You'll have a key hidden somewhere in the car that
Yeah, like they do now when you're.
Well, it was
the panel off the door.
Now, and I've got a Ford Taurus, and on the column, on the front driver's door, on the column, they've got these lighted buttons, to where if you forgot your key, you can actually punch in a 5-digit code.
Yeah, like the Ford.
It unlocks.
The
Fords have had that for years.
Mine,
but it was a long time before I realized that the key fob was hiding
the key.
Yeah, they call it a valet key. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Do you know how to fit it?
Still can't open the trunk, but you can open the door with it.
You know how to? Does your cap come off your driver's side door? Like
The what?
you push the key into the top of it and it releases the latch, and then you put it into the door and open it. That's
Nope.
what mine does.
No,
Yeah,
mine,
I don't even have a
doesn't do
key.
that.
I don't have a key spot in the front. I have to like jam my key like into the top, and then a flap comes down. Then I put the key in and open it manually.
Hey, I'm still waiting for the George Jetson car that turns into a briefcase.
Yeah.
That's going to be a while, friend.
Elon, we're talking to you, Elon. What you did to do that for us?
Well, the only problem is it'll have to be need Time Lord technology, because if you fold it up into that small, you're not going to be able to lift it and carry it.
George didn't have a problem with it.
No,
Well, you got to remember they like worked out in like 9,000
Their houses float, you know.
I don't care if it folds up into a briefcase, just so long as it goes.
Oh yeah,
Makes that sound.
If I ever get a car that's like a drone or something like that, I will have to get the stereo system underneath it that makes that sound the whole time I'm flying along.
You could drop my Focus.
It sounds about like that.
Yeah.
My Focus has a hole in the exhaust.
should we bring him in?
Yeah, might as well.
Dan! Smile
What's up,
for
buddy?
us. Put him full screen.
Come on.
Smile for us.
Get them choppers.
Let's see you, Dan.
It'll
That's
take him a couple of minutes to hear us.
Okay, first things
They're
first.
into soak
Dan's
right.
camera looks excellent.
Oh no.
Oh,
They're
Yeah, he said he had
into
to put
soak
them in
right
his
now.
mouth
I
on
don't have
Thursday
them
night.
in.
yeah.
Oh man.
How's the
We are so
I'm
happy
going there
for
in a
you,
couple of years.
Dan. We are
Oh,
all
man,
very happy for you.
I was in so much pain all day today because I had to leave them in for 48 hours.
Mm.
And I finally got to take them out and eat something solid.
You get
'Cause,
tacos?
Taco Bell's the best thing.
No, it's just junk food. But I am saving the trial for real food for when I have the adhesive on the top and the bottom, because the bottom did not have any adhesive on it. Every time I tried to do anything, it would always flip right out of my mouth. So I'm getting used to it. Lindsay just got her permanent ones, the really high class ones. So she's looking good.
Permanent
feeling
ones?
much
What, you
better.
mean implants?
No,
permanent.
the final copy of what she's paid for over the last year.
Oh, okay.
So they're more deluxe than the temporary ones like I've got.
So
Like
she's had rental coppers until
She
now.
had loners.
Loners.
Well,
Dan, I
Hey,
know. I understand
the
how you
loaners are
feel.
backups, but
Yeah. I do understand
well,
how you feel.
it's really.
You're talking that gives me a toothache. Talking about it.
Oh well.
Really?
Well,
Sorry.
and I know about having to pay for them over time. I mean, these four cost me $6,000.
Mm.
That's why I smile a lot. I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah. No,
Well,
I've got toothache now. Y'all talking about it?
Oh man, we're in the
Sorry.
widescreen mode now.
What
Yeah.
happened?
I don't know. Somebody.
I want to show everybody something.
Screen
All right.
This is aggravating. This is aggravating.
What?
So as you can see here, this is a poster for Scream 5. Now that has actually been reported as happening. The guys from Ready or Not are going to be doing Scream 5. I already know about that one. Okay, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The poster looks pretty neat. That's gonna be cool. The Exorcist 2021. I looked that one up. That is getting a remake.
No.
That is
No.
That is
It gets
for
worse.
sure
Keep
happening.
going.
Yeah.
Candyman, that remake has already been that was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
Apparently it's there's something it's getting delayed or something like that till next year, but I have no idea. So That one, though we
You've heard
already
good things
knew
about
about it.
Candyman.
This Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, I just looked this up. That is happening.
Mm-hmm.
That one is happening. That is on IMDb. This is a poster that was on the IMDb, so this is a legit thing that is going to happen. The Chucky TV series, I heard about that. Mancini's been working on that one for a while. And it is actually, this is Brad Dourif Chucky.
Ooh, okay. That'll be kind of cool. Yeah.
Yes, this is nothing to do with.
Are they going to get Tilly? Are they going to get Tilly to do the other role?
Yes, Jennifer Tilly is supposed to be on board.
That one might be good.
She's not doing anything else.
Dourif's daughter is on board because she was in the guy that played Andy. The woman who played Kyle is supposed to be on board, but I don't know. It's supposed to be. I mean, he's got this great idea. It's supposed to be awesome, right? Halloween Kills, of course, that one's already been announced.
Yeah,
that
the trailer
was supposed to come out this year, but they delayed it because of COVID. The movie theaters are closed, so that one's pretty much already ready to go.
Yeah, there's a new trailer in the next day or two.
That's a new trailer's already out.
Okay.
Now, is Jamie Lee involved?
Yes.
Okay, it has a chance.
This is a sequel to the 2018 Halloween film. It was supposed to come out this year. It didn't. Yeah. Then there's a new trilogy. Because there's going to be Halloween Ends, which is going to be the finale of the series until somebody needs more money.
Yeah.
Then I saw this, and this is why I'm so aggravated. If you notice, the certain little skunk who commented on this, is I looked it up, and this poster is fake. This is a fan-made poster for a project that isn't even happening. And as somebody who's a gigantic fan of the Final Destination series, I am enervated because I got my hopes up for about 40 seconds until I realized I haven't heard anything about this, and somebody would have said something. I am so pissed right now.
Corey Keelan says Halloween Kills is going to be badass. And Corey is also doing a panel at HallowCon with his podcast called Spooky Dudes. So if Corey agrees, there may be something to it.
But no, seeing this totally enervated me. What got me to go, because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I haven't heard that they're actually going to do it. Nobody's even talked about it. Yeah, Craig Perry said something once where he was like, yeah, I got some ideas, but they, New Line Cinemas and Warner Brothers not gone forward on saying we're doing Final Destination 6. So even a teaser poster is like big news, right? And then I noticed down here at the bottom it says artwork by Raphael Arjuo or Arjuo. I don't know if it's what language or what. But
nonetheless, Raphael is kind of a dick for doing this and getting it popular.
Well, whoever posted this,
Skunk, according to IMDb, it's in development.
But there's a lot of things that are in development that never come out
and never get a poster.
And a lot of times when it's quote unquote in development, somebody just submits that to the IMDb and they put it up.
Okay.
Nothing official has been. Yeah. So the rest of the posters, Conjuring 3, that one's already been announced. I don't care. The Hellraiser one, this one, again, this also seems like this is another fake poster. However, they've been talking about doing a Hellraiser remake for a very long time. Now, the reason why I can point at this one and say that is definitely a fan-made poster and not a real one is because that's Doug Bradley. Like, that is clearly Doug Bradley. But this is another fan-made poster, but that one's actually been talked about. Like that is they've been saying they've been wanting to remake Hellraiser for a really long time. Tuna Cliff has been talking about doing the script for it and all this other stuff. It's that one's, and then there's the one for Halloween Ends. Now again, this is another fan-made poster, but Halloween Ends was already announced. So, and then Spiral. this is not only announced, this is supposed to have already happened, but again, COVID delayed.
What is that? Jigsaw?
That is Spiral. Yes, is the next Saw movie. It was created by Chris Rock. Actually, turns out Chris Rock, and this always happens with comedians. Comedians end up making the best horror movies for some reason.
Oh yes, yes.
Because they've got such. I don't know what it is about comedy, but people that do comedy have such tragedy in their lives that when they do horror, it amps to 11.
It comes out.
Easy.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele, he's had his movies and TV shows that are about horror have been like, people don't think of Jordan Peele anymore as, oh, he's the funny guy from, he's on Key and Peele. He's a comedy actor. He's, he comes out as being, now he's the horror guy. He did all those horror movies. Same with Robin Williams. Robin Williams does a horror role like 1 Hour Photo or or that one episode of Special Victims Unit he was on. He's like, that's freaky and weird. Please stop, sir. Please go back to being funny. We liked you better when you were funny. Now you're just terrifying. But now, like, even though some of these are fan posters, like this one, like the Hellraiser one, that is actually announced as happening. But no, unfortunately, nothing about Final Destination 6. And when I saw this poster, this is a really well-made poster. The Halloween one is not or the Hellraiser one's not as good. I mean, look at that. That's kind of That's kind of lackluster. But this got me excited for a second.
Go do some more research.
Corey Keelan posted up, comedy and horror have such a thin veil between them, and if you mix them both properly, you get bigger laughs and bigger scares, which is actually what the Stringers used to do when they were doing their haunted houses here in town. They mix comedy with horror, and it just absolutely...
Here's my thing on it, right? If you look at the films that everyone says, oh, they are the best horror films, right? That they are the top of the line best horror films. They always have a comedic element to them. There's always something funny about them.
Yeah.
It's not just, whenever it's just straight horror the whole entire time, you have nothing to alleviate the horror, and it turns people off. They don't want anything to do with it, right? I'll give you a perfectly good example of what I mean. Have you guys seen the remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes, it was horrible.
Really? Joe, you're the only one?
Horror movies aren't my thing, boy.
Not me.
Weird.
I'll put it to you this way. Had they ended the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, had they ended it when they burned him in the boiler room, it would have been absolutely the best movie ever.
Well, if you look at that film,
and
I disagree there, Joe. If you look at that film from beginning to end, there's nothing to alleviate the terror. You're just sitting there the whole entire time. It's just Freddy Krueger is a violent psychopath. And there's this whole entire thing about, did the kids get molested or didn't they get molested, and whether or not whether or not the parents killed an innocent man, or if the kids are being punished for something that they did, and all this other stuff. And you get to the end of the movie and you find out that nothing's terrible, your life is horrible, this is all happening, and these kids got molested and all this horrible stuff, and it's the whole entire time it's uncomfortable. It's not a good movie. There's nothing funny about it. Freddy isn't even like a jokester like he was in the other films. It's just tragic from beginning to end, and it does not make for a very comfortable movie watching experience. And then of course the very, very ending of the film, like Joe was talking about, just ruins it. But watch the original. If you watch the original, I'm not saying that it's a comedy all the way through. It's not like Freddy's Dead, where it's just jokes, and bloodshed. No, but there are scenes in that movie, specifically a lot of the ones involving Johnny Depp, that alleviate the tension. that gets you to laugh just a little bit. Wes Craven was a master of making people do that in the middle of a horror movie. Just have that moment, the one little comedic beat that makes everything okay. Like when Johnny Depp is sitting there trying to confuse his mom into thinking that he's staying over at his aunt's house by using a special effects tape, but he forgets to turn it off and it starts playing other noises while he's on the phone, and he has to try to improv and explain that to his mom. Well, the girls are in the background laughing at him the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Or like when he's laying in bed and the mom comes in and she's all like, "What are you doing? Why are you watching TV with headphones on?" And he's like, "Because Miss Nude America is going to be on tonight." Well, don't you want to hear what she says? Who cares what she says? That's a funny line.
Yeah.
You know, and this is 10 seconds before this, right? 10 seconds before this is you have a scene with Heather Langenkamp getting into it with her mother about the whole Freddy thing, right? And it's just, there are parts of this movie, you know, like that just happens to you while you're watching that makes it so that you have, okay, all right, yes, the moment of levity. Okay, we can all laugh a little bit, we're breathing, and now hit us. Now you want something, and it makes the horror that much better when you can breathe in between it. When it's just horrible thing. And then you get to the end of the movie, I don't feel good anymore.
You're exhausted.
And if you look at any really super good horror movie, it's gonna have one of those moments in it. You know, that's why with The Exorcist, when they put out that director's cut that had like the spider walk thing down the stairs where she's all upside down or whatever, like, and other things they added, there were no moments of levity in that. They cut out all of the stuff that that makes people sit there and be like, oh, okay, I got a breathing moment right now. You know, look at a movie like Silence of the Lambs. You wouldn't think Silence of the Lambs at all. Like, that is supposed to be like a movie that just nails you over the head with just horrible things happening in this movie. These poor girls being kidnapped and skinned, and this creepy dude, this stupid dog, and Hannibal Lecter. That movie's got some really funny moments in it that you don't think about till you go back and watch the movie a second time, and you're like, that was really funny. I'm glad they put that in the movie because it helps you with the pacing and the breathing and all the other stuff that you need to have a good horror movie. That's why all of the best horror movies will have some kind of comedic relief. That's what makes them wonderful. That's why, and I want to point that out, that's why I really hate when people, there were funny moments in that movie. I want it to be all scary. You are a sociopath.
Yeah.
Like, no, you have to have comedy and horror. And you have to have all elements in a good movie. You have to have all those elements too. And
that's what makes it work.
A horror movie does have to have horror to it. Obviously, it's got to be the main part, right? If you look at a film like,
that's a good movie. That's a good movie, Bill. That's a good movie.
Well, that's a comedy with horror elements. But I'm saying, like, you gotta look at a movie like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, right? It's a drama.
Yeah.
But what makes that movie so good is that it has dramatic elements throughout, but it's peppered in there with serious, like deeply serious moments and thriller moments and horror moments and comedy moments that it all works together. Action moments, it all comes together into one cohesive film. That's why it's so good. Die Hard. Die Hard has horrific moments. It's full of action. Has horrific moments, has funny moments, has dramatic moments, has heartwarming moments, it's got family moments. It's a movie that has something for everybody, and it's set at Christmas, so you know it's a good film.
No. Hey, have you seen the newest version of Die Hard?
The newest version of Die Hard?
Yes.
The commercial, you mean?
The commercial?
Yeah.
Die Hard batteries.
Yeah, Die Hard batteries.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't.
You need to look that one up.
Yeah,
Scott.
they're on YouTube.
It's hilarious. Anybody that survived in a Die Hard movie is out to get Bruce Willis, and his battery's dead in his car. So he goes to Advanced Auto Parts and buys a battery.
Well, everybody except Hans Gruber because he's a greasy spot on a sidewalk in L.A.
Hey, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from the Nakatomi
Tower.
Well, as far as I personally am concerned, and a lot of the other people over at good old Scrub House Video Club, it's not Christmas until Gizmo accidentally gets wet.
Yeah, Gremlins is definitely a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Whatever happened to
Okay, it's not Christmas until Lee Majors saved Santa Claus in the night the reindeer died.
something Arnold Schwarzenegger Jingle All the Way?
Nope, not even close.
Although I do like that movie.
Yeah, it's
I like
pretty
that
fun.
movie.
Which one?
Anybody who has ever tried to get their kid the uber popular toy any given year gets that movie.
Well,
Yes.
they did a re-release of the actual figure. They did the release the original year that the movie came out on DVD, and then for like the big anniversary one, they did a limited release of that figure again, and it became the big toy again, which was hilarious.
Yeah, I have a T-shirt now for Scrub House.
Yes.
That is cool.
Speaking of Gremlins, I'm actually going to be we're eventually going to start working on the groundwork for the second Scrub House Video Club mixtape, because the first one took a year, so we're going to probably take a year of making this one too.
Okay.
But I am going to be working some Gremlins stuff in there, which will be fun.
Now, what's the update on the new Gremlins movie? I know that they were
Never.
They were in works for a minute.
Let's never speak of that abomination ever again, because that's something that doesn't ever need to be touched.
Uh-oh. That bad?
No, Gremlins is fantastic.
The first one was great.
The first one is great. The
The
second
one sucked.
The second one is a hilarious parody of the first one being done by the guy who, because Joe Dante was like, I don't want to make a sequel to this. Screw it. I'll just make fun of the first one and everything that was stupid about it. Because they have that scene that we're like, well, what if you cross time zones? Then can you feed them?
Which one had the movie theater?
That's the second one.
That's
right.
the
No. That's the first one.
That's the first one.
That's the first one. I was thinking of a different movie theater scene. There is a movie theater scene in the second one, but I think I know what you're talking about, where they're watching Snow White. That's the first one. Yeah.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Oh, they want to see a Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
Hey, I just did the math, man.
Yeah.
On planet WASP 189b, I would be 29,200 years old. And I feel it.
I feel it sometimes too.
Ooh.
Yeah, we feel it.
29,200 times I would have gone around that star.
It's because you keep talking about that, and what that makes me think of, boss, what that makes me think of is that episode of Rick and Morty where they were on Tiny Planet and they were just watching they'd watch the sunrise, and then about 20 minutes later they'd watch the sunset.
Oh, and that's the other thing about this world is it's tidally locked, so the same side always faces the star.
Ooh, that would suck.
That would be a little.
That would so you that you're talking the property right there on the Terminator would be the only property anybody would want, because then you could just go over this way for day and over this way for night.
Just lean real hard.
Ruth,
Yeah, really. If you got something right on the Terminator, you want it to spin so that you get darkness half the day.
Yeah. There you go.
There's another
like one of those fancy restaurants.
Or just put the
pedestals.
bedroom on the dark side and the living room on the light side.
See,
say I'm ready for bed. I'll just go to the dark side of the house.
There's another one for you right there. There's another one for you. Terminator had it's a great action / horror film, right? It's got all
I don't
of the
consider
great.
that horror.
It's built like a sci-fi.
Basically, Unstoppable Juggernaut is pretty horrifying.
You gotta remember in the first Terminator movie, that's basically Michael Myers with a gun, right? I mean, that's the way it's built, right? It's built like a slasher film. But remember that there were a lot of comedic moments in that film. Nobody ever thinks of that movie as a comedy. Terminator's really funny. Like when Ginger's
I always think of it as a comedy.
When Ginger's trying to find something in the kitchen and the lizard's running around in there knocking shit down on her. It's just like, I'm gonna kill you, turn you into a belt. And it's like nothing specific action or horror is happening in that scene. It's a wonderful, wonderful scene. A wonderful movie. That's
technically Terminator would be pre-apocalyptic horror.
Mm-hmm. It's
pre-apocalypse.
There's post-apocalypse stuff in it, but it's pre-apocalyptic. But no, that movie's built like a horror film. Watch it again with that mindset, and realize that whole
that. But that's just it. I don't
have that.
I don't do horror. I especially don't do slasher flicks. I made a list of. I tried to think of all the horror movies that I consider horror movies that I've watched in their entirety: Exorcist, Mummy, Mummy Returns, Birds, Silence of the Lambs, and Psycho. That's it. I've never watched any of the Halloween movies, never watched any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, none of the Friday the 13th movies.
What's that serial killer thing?
It's not something that I'm into.
I do want to point out that two of the movies that you picked out there are technically horror movies, but
I know the Mummy movies.
Yeah, those are horror adjacent. They're horror.
Yeah, but
themed.
which
kind of like the soft
Mummy
porn
movies?
The soft porn of horror. They're soft.
Well, they're more epics.
Are you talking about the modern ones, or are you talking about the Hammer ones?
No, I'm talking about the modern ones with
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Boulder in it, yeah.
If you're talking about
Rachel Weisz.
If you're talking about the original Mummy, that is straight up a horror movie.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about.
It was supposed to be
Rachel Weisz when she was still hot.
My dad even talks about the original Mummy, how bad it scared him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he says when that music
Frankenstein, the original the Boris Karloff Frankenstein.
Yeah, he said he would always duck his head when the Mummy music would start playing, so he didn't have to see it. Alexa, stop.
But
I was that way about the Day the Earth Stood Still, the original.
See, I don't consider that horror. To me, that's sci-fi.
It is sci-fi.
Yeah, but I was like 8.
Have you seen Alien? You watch Alien?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. These are movies that I have watched from beginning to end, maybe even multiple times. The Exorcist I've watched maybe 8 times in my life.
See, now, but you never watched any of the Exorcist sequels.
I did. I missed it. The Exorcist 2, The Heretic. I did watch that. It was interesting.
No, that one's not.
It was interesting. No, well, the premise of it was interesting.
Exorcist 3.
Hadn't seen that one. Is that Linda Blair?
No, amazing.
No, it does not have Linda Blair in it. Exorcist.
See, Linda Blair is my age.
Is that the one in Egypt or whatever?
No, Exorcist 3 is the one that takes place in the hospital, and it's like it's like an asylum, and it's they kind of if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be the priest from the first movie is in there, right? And he's got Pazuzu in him, and it keeps switching back and forth between the priest and Pazuzu, but every time it does, it changes actors too. So you get the I don't remember who the one guy is, but I remember Pazuzu's played by Brad Dourif. And here's the thing: everybody talks about Chucky. This is what Brad's known for nowadays, man. But you got to remember, Brad Dourif back in the day, he was
the ultimate psycho.
He's an Oscar-winning actor.
Yeah,
you know.
I actually remember him from Voyager.
Voyager, he played a serial killer.
Spontaneous Combustion. That movie is metal.
Now,
Combustion's awesome, by the way. I want to watch that movie again. I remember that movie got brought up recently, and I was like, I gotta find a way to put it on Scrubhouse.
David Lynch's Dune. Brad Dourif was just awesome. You know,
I've got to change the subject for just a minute
because
I just got an email.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I just got an email confirming
This just in.
He played Pater de Vries.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you're watching now, you need to tune into the opening tomorrow
The emergency broadcast
at
system.
3 of the Virtual HallowCon online. We have a serious player in the live streaming industry going to be coming into the live stream.
Is it PewDiePie?
I just thought the same thing.
No.
Didn't you comment that on our armchair rocket science video?
Yeah.
Yes, it's big. It's real big.
Wait a minute.
Stop doing that. That's annoying. That's really annoying.
Okay. But yeah, we've got somebody very influential.
PewDiePie.
Not me.
Yeah.
By the way, because nobody else brought it up when we were talking about Brad Dourif, he won the Oscar in One Flew Over the
Mouse.
Yeah.
where he played
Billy Babbitt.
Yeah, Billy Babbitt.
We did that play at high school. I played Martini. Hallucinating.
I bet a dime.
Well, what's funny is in the movie it was played by Danny DeVito, who in his most famous character played Louie, and I'm Louie. Hey. So it was kind of full circle there. But yeah, we did that in high school, man. I mean, we had a great theater department. We did Jesus Christ Superstar.
That was a good one.
We did Oliver. We did South Pacific. We did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We did some hard stuff. We didn't do this Peter Pan crap.
Yeah, we did like stuff like Dark of the Moon and Connecticut Yankee Goes to King Arthur's Court and stuff. Like we didn't do like the hard stuff.
My sister was in Les Miserables.
I remember being.
She had fun with that one.
When I was in high school, I remember having a talk with the drama teacher, and she explained, she was like so pissed with me. It's like, why did you never? She's like, she's like, I've seen you act. Like, why did you never go out for drama like your sister did? Like, she was so upset with me about that. So I was in my senior year when we had that conversation, and I was like, I didn't think you liked me very much. She's like, I don't like any student.
So I don't have to like you to make you do stuff. No, when we
remember, sir, Miss Tilly or Miss Hilly. Look, always she's gonna say something about Miss Hilly in a second. Tilly's funny as hell. She's great. Miss Hilly would show up to our graduation hammered. Showed up every graduation hammered.
So long, assholes.
When we did Superstar, we started rehearsals right after New Year's, right after our Christmas break. I mean, we spent weeks and weeks and weeks. Our performances didn't start until mid-March. And man, we planned on 3 nightly performances, 3 nights in a row, a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday night. The superintendent of education attended one of those performances, went bonkers. I mean, we had to really lobby to get the rights to do it, because this is in 1976. Okay, so the movie had just come out a few years before, so it was still a hot property. So we had to really lobby just to get the money for the rights to do the play. And then we had to have a full orchestra, which, was all student musicians. But, he said the whole school system needs to see this. And so we did the next 2 weeks, 2 performances a day, every day. And all the different schools in the school system came in to see it. It was awesome.
You got your money's worth out of those rots. We
really did. I mean, because the kids had to pay like 50 cents a head to get in, but yeah, it was
just
awesome.
Saying, being able to put it on as many times as you did.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they do maybe 3 weekends worth of shows on Friday night, Saturday night, and a Sunday matinee.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that much. Sometimes you get one weekend and that's it.
And I was the only Roman
Um,
soldier with a singing part.
Oh,
That's strange, for I
in
am
junior
sure
high
I saw
school.
you with him.
In junior high school, we did Arsenic and Old Lace, and they asked me to
Oh,
play
that's a
the
great
dead
play.
bodies. I was the bodies in the window box. And actually, I got applause because when the guy threw me up over his shoulder, it was toting me off towards the basement. I managed to get one hand waggling, so I was waving at the audience.
Oh,
I got
what
to
a
watch
ham.
Walker
What a ham.
Valley do
Oh, the teacher
Joseph's.
said you do absolute dead weight like nobody's business.
Nice. And look, it translates to now too.
Heather, you were saying, and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, I got to watch Walker
Oh,
Valley High
love
School
that.
do that one.
Love that play. Love that play. My daughter did Les Mis when they did it at Cleveland High.
That was when that's where my sister went. What year?
Let's see, it would have been right around 2000.
So yeah, 99, 98, something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
She
really?
was in it with my sister.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So your daughter went to school
Uh-huh.
at the same time that my sister and I were there.
I knew you were young enough to be my kid, but
Because I graduated in 2000. My sister graduated in 01.
See, my daughters graduated in 98 and 02.
So you probably knew his, at least know of his daughters.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you say their names on there.
Well, it's Melanie.
Melanie Lee
Yeah.
was the younger one or the older one?
And as a matter of fact, she's living up in your way now. She's living,
She married?
Common law.
Okay.
She's been married twice. Neither one worked. So she's not going to follow through until this guy shows he's worthy.
That's a good idea.
I understand.
Well, she's tired of changing the name on her driver's license.
My current husband and I were together for almost 7 years before we got married.
Uh-huh.
We started dating in 2013, at the end of 2013.
Well, this is my second wife, and we were together almost 6 years before we got married. We bought a house together before we got married. We got married on the back deck of the house. But my first marriage lasted 29 years, so it was a good track record.
So my little sister was with her husband for almost 20 years before they got married.
Oh, at this point, you almost say, why bother? But
because she wanted to have a child, and everything had to be legal. So they did. I mean, it's one off for both of them. They've never been married to anybody else.
Oh,
it's just yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it's just one of those things.
Joe, you were saying?
I either need to trim my mustache or I've had a stroke. Half of my face is hanging down lower.
You got no teeth.
Yeah, your jawline's a little smaller.
That shouldn't matter with my lip being one side being higher than the other.
Yeah, it doesn't. Put him up full screen. Let's check him.
No, please.
I do look a little weird here.
Yeah, you're the right side of your face. Left side as we're looking.
Yeah, you're a little concave.
How does your right arm feel?
Let me figure out which one is right.
Any numbness there?
And this
no more than usual. And
well, we can't tell by slurred speech because your speech is always slurred.
Well, yeah, but I haven't had that much beer yet.
That's internet slur. That's not alcohol slur.
Dan, do you smell toast?
No, I did when I carried in the cat food, but the cat food always smells like toast to me.
Might not be a stroke. You might have a bit of that temporary palsy.
Palsy, yeah.
I was going to say there's this thing called Bell's palsy.
Yeah,
that can be temporary, and it's where side of your face is going to droop.
No, I'd be
Yeah.
willing to
I
bet his
think it's
jaws
just
just
a,
out of alignment.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
probably from the
thinking.
dental work.
Yeah.
You
That's
might
what
have
I'm
something
thinking.
that's swollen on one
There
side.
you go, talking about dental work again.
Sorry,
I-
Joe. Just
Are
take the
you
headphones
taking
off for a minute.
your
We'll wave at you when
ibuprofen?
when it's safe to put them back on.
It gives me a toothache.
Are you taking your ibuprofen?
Yeah, I just took a 1,000. What is it?
100.
That's what the
Carl's
problem
going
is. You got one of them
dental
big damn
Stop.
pills stuck in the side of your mouth.
I waved my hand. My watch thought I was washing my hands. It started the countdown.
Yeah, it's 1,000 milligrams. Y'all just saw me take
Is
it.
that just an iPhone 5 thing, or can I
No,
set
it's a
mine to do
4.
that too?
It's a 4, and it was in the latest update. If it senses that you're watch, I'm gonna pretend like I'm washing my hands.
How do you turn that on?
No. I didn't have to turn it on. It just kind of turned on by itself. But yeah, if you just pretend like you're washing your
Bill
hands,
Gates
it'll
taking
tap you on the wrist, and then it'll start a countdown timer from 20 seconds.
All right.
And then when you're done washing your hand after 20 seconds, it gives you a little tap on the wrist and a thumbs up. And I'm like, boy, I'm gonna have to make sure if I do anything else with that hand, I'm gonna take the watch off because I don't want that to stop after 20 seconds.
20
Oh,
seconds.
she
20
just
seconds.
got it
20 seconds.
activated.
Why?
But
Why? Wait.
if the watch
I
goes,
think you guys have the wrong idea.
You got your 10,000 steps in the day.
you're right. No.
Oh,
Hey, back
all
is-
right. I'm going to go
and
get
then-
another beer. I'll be right
It felt
back.
it felt like for a minute there that Lewis was going to go totally Jimmy Carr with that joke. And it's like, I think you have the wrong idea. I'm talking about masturbation. I've
Oh,
been listening to a lot of Jimmy Carr lately because it came on in the truck while I was driving. It went from John Mulaney, had John Mulaney on, and then it just went to Jimmy Carr, and I forgot. I love Jimmy Carr. I forgot how funny he is. I cannot tell any single one of the outside of that one. And so I've just said it's an example of something he would have said, but I can't tell any of the Jimmy Carr jokes that made me laugh because Joe would get in so much trouble.
I don't know how much more I can take of this. My tooth is
It's
killing
still
me.
hurting. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Okay.
Just drink some more.
That son of a bitch right there is just killing me.
Go ahead and
take it
for 10 seconds.
That one.
All right, Joe.
Oh, God, man.
Here we go. You know what? We'll change the subject. We'll
Put
change
that thing back in your mouth.
Phantom pains.
about me. Joe, you wanted to know about something. You asked me a question the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I said, do you
John,
want?
you can uncover your eyes. It's
I said,
back.
do you want me to talk about this? Do you really want me to spoil this for you? You were asking me about a movie series. I said, do you really want me to spoil this for you? You said, no. Save it for Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy spoiled the movie for him.
No,
Joe's question was,
I watched Friday the 13th. And then I realized that when the original Friday the 13th, it wasn't Jason, the killer. It was his mother.
Correct.
Then the girl had a dream sequence of Jason jumping up out of the water and grabbing her and pulling her out of a boat. And then she wakes up. Yeah. And then she wakes up in the hospital, which made me think, is the rest of the series her trauma or her nightmares?
I think she was the killer, actually.
well, Joe's question to me was, is the rest of the series just a bunch of dreams that Alice is having? And I said, short answer, no. Long answer, do you really want me to spoil this for you? He said, no, save it for Thursday.
All right, now spoil it.
Alice, in the second movie, is killed off 15, is killed off like a year later.
Okay.
By Jason in an act of revenge. Right? And then it jumps forward like 15 days. And then that's where the second movie starts off at with Jason basically now having like a taste for blood and wanting to kill more people and get revenge for his mother. And that's where the series goes from there. See, what the second movie establishes is that Jason drowned.
Yeah.
Because the counselors weren't paying attention to him. Yeah.
Yeah. You can drown. You still can live from drowning. Right? Drowning is the thing that can happen to you that can cause death. You can also get shot and live. You know, it's rare, but it happens. So that's what the second movie starts off. But the rest of the movies from there, for the first few, is just like it's pretty much the same month. It's just like Jason comes back again and again and again, and it just because every movie ends with, "Hey, Jason's not dead yet." It actually turns out that somehow he survived all that crap, and then the next movie starts off like, 24 hours later. And so it's basically the same weekend, going through like a whole entire week of like these kids showing up and getting murdered, starting from part 2 on to part 4, where in part four is where Jason finally dies. He's murdered by Tommy Jarvis, little kid Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman. And that's the end of Jason. Jason dies right there. So you're thinking like, okay, part 4, the movie that was called The Final Chapter, that has to be the end of it, right? And well, how do they have a part 5, right?
Outer space, and they reanimate him.
Part 5, Jason technically isn't in the movie. He shows up in Tommy's dream, right? But he's not actually in the movie, right? Tommy Jarvis, is so traumatized from having to murder basically a backwoods mutated hillbilly that he's so traumatized by this, they have to send him to a group home for other troubled kids. Like one of the other kids there's a sociopath who like murders another kid while he's there. And suddenly somebody shows up in a hockey mask, specifically not Jason's hockey mask, but the one with the blue lines on it, shows up and starts murdering kids. And you find out at the end that it's like an ambulance driver or something. But it seems like at the end of that movie that Tommy's going to become the new Jason. They retcon the crap out of that movie in the 6th one, where Tommy Jarvis, now played by Tom Matthews, goes to the grave of Jason Voorhees to make sure that he's dead because he's still having nightmares about him, and ends up, in a very funny way, accidentally reanimating him, and now he's become a supernatural zombie slasher killer whose powers only grow throughout the rest of the films. So, because in one of them he can teleport, and then in another one he can like switch bodies. I mean, they do all sorts of weird stuff from then on out. So
and that's how Freddy comes in. That
happens later.
Yeah.
But the Freddy thing is very interesting. Because the whole thing with Freddy, if you haven't seen Freddy versus Jason, is that Freddy, they're so sick and tired in Springwood of Freddy killing all of the kids off. They finally just, any kids that show up, they immediately are given Hypnosil until Freddy is no more. And the only kids that remember Freddy are locked up in a mental institution and given Hypnosil so that they forget him. And they never dream about him because they don't have the Hypnosil. Right? And the kids that do remember Freddy are sitting there going, he's still around. They're like, but when was the last time you had a dream about Freddy? And none of them can remember having a dream about Freddy anymore. But they remember that he's there. They keep those kids away from the rest of the populace because if they can't dream about Freddy, no one knows who he is. Nobody remembers him to keep their mouth shut, right? So Freddy's like, I need somebody to come here and cause a whole bunch of havoc that people will then go, this kind of reminds me about the Freddy Krueger murders, and spark the memory in everybody's mind so he can come back and have power again because it's the fear of him that fuels him.
So he goes after Jason.
Totally retcons part 3, but whatever.
So he outsources fear.
Jason, he outsources it to Jason. And then he gets jealous because turns out that if you're in the real world murdering people and you don't have to rely on dreams, a lot more efficient. And Jason's just, if you watch that movie, that movie's a Friday the 13th movie set in Freddy Krueger's Springwood. That's all it is. That's all that movie is. And Freddy gets one kill. One. Singular.
So Freddy went to a temporary service and hired a serial killer? To help him
Pretty
out.
much. Pretty much.
He tricks him. See, when Jason's quote unquote dead, because there's a lot of times where Jason's dead, but then he comes back in the next movie like a year later or whatever. He's dead, but he's in kind of like a comatose, like vegetative state thing. So he's dreaming the entire time, and Freddy can mess with his dreams because he's Freddy. So Freddy disguises himself as his mother, and they couldn't get Betsy Palmer back from
Look.
They got a woman that looks
Whose
just
mother?
Jason.
Okay. Not Freddy's mother.
No.
Yeah, okay.
He hates his mother. Jason loves his mother. That's the difference.
Hey
Or
guys,
one of many.
Yes.
it's really funny when you're watching us muted on your phone and the subtitles
Yeah.
are automatically generated. I'm actually very surprised at how accurate it is, because Skunk was a mile a minute, and it was keeping up. It even got the quote unquote. It didn't get your air quotes, but it was really cool. Kind of a fun
I
little
noticed that was
pastime.
armchair rocket science. Like like on the replays that do the closed captions.
Oh God!
Hey,
the ones
stop
on
sign,
the
turn
armchair
around.
rocket
Look out.
science
Lula.
are really bad.
Lula.
What?
The ones on armchair
I
rocket
already turned
science
it off.
are really bad.
Somebody is a
I was just trying to mess
fan.
with the
Okay.
captions.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Lewis. I got your book.
Hey,
Thank you. Oh man, I can't wait.
I love this. Like all the different patches.
Oh yeah, the squadron patches.
They have a ton of them in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's,
Joe, I'm going to give it to him to give to you.
I got a question about two of those patches.
Oh,
Okay.
Because you had a page for all the patches, right? There's two of them in there. Go to the patch section.
because you were looking for that patch for that costume you wanted to do.
Yeah, the Phantom 2 patch. Phantom 2 patch in there? I don't
No.
know. Show it. I can't.
Back down full screen. I can't. There's not enough real estate, Joe.
All right, hold up. There.
All
All right.
Here's this half.
I don't think it goes back that far, Skunk.
Oh, it's Silver Shamrock. So they don't have the Phantom. No Phantom patches at all.
No, not
This is not
just
on
an
that
example.
page.
They have them like scattered throughout. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So like you'll get the whole like this
No
is
Skunk Works though. No Skunk Works.
maybe
Not-
somewhere in the book. I haven't.
No. Navy doesn't do Skunk Works.
Yeah, that's
Skunk Works was CIA,
Well, it's Lockheed's secret plant. Yeah,
but they only dealt with the CIA.
like Lexington Hellcats.
The Air Force, they built a different
that-
model.
Oh, that's all Navy.
Yeah,
this is
Right. We wouldn't see any Phantom stuff in there.
No.
Anyway.
yeah. Navy use Phantoms.
Navy flew Phantoms, 4F,
Air Force,
Phantoms.
Navy, and Marines all use Phantoms.
Yeah,
I thought
Phantoms were real
I
good
don't
off an
know.
aircraft carrier.
Last time those three organizations ever agreed on any damn thing. Actually.
Yeah.
Ain't that the
They
truth?
certainly
The
don't.
ladies of the 1918 Pensacola,
All right, look-
Wow.
like OG photos in here. Like it's good
Yeah.
stuff. Hope you enjoy it. When I see Joe, it's yours because
Okay.
I'll probably see Joe before I see you ever. Unfortunately, with all this going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll end. It'll end eventually, much like the bleeding. It'll stop.
Yeah, after all the human beings die, it'll.
Well,
Zombies.
I've got official word that nothing will happen in January in
Good.
Chattanooga.
Yep.
Good.
I saw that today too.
Good. Here's my thing on that. I'm being extremely selfish right now. Okay. All right. Chatacon got to happen last year. They need to suffer like the rest of us.
I'm gonna have to ask my mentor.
Hey, I look at it this way. I'm about to invest in that little device that allowed me to do the multi-camera
Yep.
live broadcast. So now, the longer this quarantine goes on, the more opportunities I'm going to have to do live broadcasts for people. As a matter of fact, I've already got a nearby county, who is interested in having me do some broadcasts for them online. So,
And then if
Well,
you
you heard France
wireless
roll
switcher.
back in. You heard France roll
Yeah.
back into lockdown today.
yeah, a lot of good that
France
did to the
really did, like-
Islamic terrorist. He didn't care about social distancing.
What happened?
In Nice, there was an attack. An Islamic terrorist apparently went in with a knife and started slashing people's throats in a basilica. Cut the one guy so bad it almost decapitated him.
Damn.
Yeah, they've got him. He's alive.
Yeah, don't kill him. Make him a. You kill him. You kill him.
Kill him. He's a martyr.
Yeah,
if you make him suffer and throw him in a jail to rot, everybody forgets about him.
Just don't publish his name.
And don't mention his name.
That's right.
Off his hands with the sword.
Now, who brought that up?
Just like MDC, we don't mention his name.
Who?
MDC.
Oh, okay.
You know who he killed.
Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nobody's laughing? You serious? That's funny.
I laughed.
Hold on. I got to go full screen. Let me.
I'm not going to blow up the last panel.
I'm already full screen, and the screen's too small. I'm straining to read it.
A skunk.
Yeah.
Well, what that is, okay, so what it is it's a waiter, and he's got a tray of hors d'oeuvres, and he's like, I didn't know it was a full moon tonight, and he starts turning into a werewolf, right? And then it's revealed at the end, he's at a furry convention, and all the furries are like, no, please, bite me, because they all want to be werewolves. That's the joke.
Okay.
One's a rabbit. Or
Guess you had to be there.
A were-rabbit?
They just all want to
that one.
be furry things, that's all.
Werewolf. Their wolf.
Werewolf.
Their
Their
castle.
castle.
Why are you talking?
Why are we talking like this?
I don't know.
Thought
Like
you started.
Oh man.
That's
That's not a horror movie. That's flat out comedy. There's nothing
That
horrible
is-
about that.
You take the blonde, I'll take the one in the toy bin.
What knockers? I thank you,
thank you.
Doctor.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's one of many movies I can recite line for line.
Yep.
You know,
Drives
believe
my
it or not,
poor
I have-
wife crazy.
I have it on vinyl.
Vinyl?
Yeah.
That was the thing.
You got some
I'm
splendid.
old, dude. They came out with cuts of it, cuts of the movie on vinyl.
On an album.
Well,
Really?
yeah,
on
they
an
used to do that
album.
a lot, actually.
This was before VHS tapes were invented.
So you guys know I have a turntable that's USB that I can plug into my computer that rip files off of.
Oh, I love those. I almost bought
Yeah,
one.
I got one over here.
I've got one. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. I just bought the Sony one at Best Buy. It's great. I love it. Right. But it works fantastic. And I bought some records specifically to go with this because there are songs that you could not get digitally at all. You had to buy the vinyl. Yeah, you had to buy the vinyl to get these songs because they were only released on vinyl. It's like 12-inch mixes and stuff like that, like remixes.
Oh, that makes. I had a
Very
friend used to collect 12-inch dance mixes. That was his.
I mean, like one of the ones that I have is like the Nightmare on Elm Street 5 soundtrack had a song on it that was only on that soundtrack. It wasn't later released. The song was later released on like Greatest Hits albums and stuff like that. But it was Houdini's "Anyway I Gotta Swing It," which was a very weird song from Houdini because they put the song out right only on that soundtrack. And it was the first song, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was the first song they'd done with their new producer. So they kind of needed like a test to test it out somewhere. So they put it on a movie soundtrack, right? And the single, the 12-inch single for the film, right, which you could get in two different versions. I have the promotional radio version. It had the song, and then it had all the remixes and the 12-inch version and all that.
I need to get one of those set players that convert everything to MP3.
But you need to have that in order to get it. And there's a bunch of other vinyl I want to get that have songs you cannot find digitally. But I buy this thing, right? And I'm telling my dad about it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. You just plug it into the computer. And, I've had this for a while, it's amazing. Right? It didn't take 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. And the next thing I know, my dad is like, hey, Fielding wants you to rip a vinyl record. Like, of course he does. What does he want?
Okay.
I'm thinking it's going to be some Herbie the Love Bug stuff because he loves Herbie.
Skunk. Skunk.
What? I'm in the middle of a story.
I was just going to suggest something that's kind of brilliant. Tell him that you can't do it because the needle on the record player broke. If he'll buy you a new needle, you can record it for him.
Oh.
What do you mean, no?
I'm just saying, like.
Why is that brilliant?
So
he gets a free needle.
Okay.
Have you tried buying a record player needle lately?
You can just go to Guitar Center.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Radio Shack shut down, Guitar Center and a couple of places online are about the only ones.
Yeah. So he brings the record over. I don't know what it is. Right? He brings the record over and he hands me the record. He's like, here you go. I grab it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, that's interesting. Because what it was the Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? And it specifically, wasn't the whole album, it was the Time Warp 12-inch single.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That's
nice.
I had Rocky Horror Picture Show London recordings.
It had 4
on vinyl.
It had 4 songs on it, right? It had the Time Warp. It had the Time Warp instrumental. It had the Time Warp dance mix. And it had the UK version, Superheroes.
Oh, Superheroes is one of the ones that got left off of one of the movie edits.
Right. And it's only on the UK version. It was not on the US.
Right, exactly.
So that was super
Well, it's on the Roxy version, the one from California.
That was super cool to have. But the dance mix, when I listened to it, because he wanted a rip of the final version, I'm listening to it.
I'd be curious to hear that, the dance mix.
I'm listening to it, and I'm like, this sounds really familiar, the way that this sounds, with all the sound effects and everything else. And I'm like, the clips from the movie, like the remix of the dialogue from the film into something really funny in the middle of it. When it's supposed to be the tap dancing scene, they do like a little remix thing where they add in like clips from the movie and stuff. I'm like, this seems really familiar. And I go into my MP3 collection. I already had a copy of it. Well,
there you go.
Still want me to rip this? I already have all 4 of these songs.
What are you pulling out, Lewis?
This is the vinyl that I'm listening to right now.
Billy Joel.
Stranger and
Fleetwood Mac.
And Car's Greatest Hits.
I've got the cassette tape of that.
Have you guys been to Cracker Barrel lately?
No.
They got albums too now, don't they?
Yeah, they had
Glenn Miller.
Eagles Hell Freezes Over.
That's a good album.
That's weird at a Cracker Barrel.
And there was another one. It was
Tammy Wynette.
An 80s hair metal band.
Rat.
A good one.
No. White Snake?
There is such a thing?
Yes. White Snake was good.
Warrant.
Warrant. Motley Crue.
White Lion.
They had CCR.
That's always good.
Credence. Hell yeah. But let's go back to this 80s hair metal band.
I can't remember what it is. Okay, I just gotten done taking a test.
Twisted Sister.
So my mind was just.
They had Twisted Sister at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. Now,
Night Ranger. Night Ranger.
This is
They had a
a
Marley
hairband,
album. They had a Marley album.
I got a question just for Heather.
Okay.
Bad.
Why was that Eagles album called Hell Freezes Over?
Because they said that that would get back together when hell freezes over.
And
they got
did.
back together.
Famous
I
last
love
words.
the Eagles.
They could have called it Famous Last Words for all I care.
Warren.
It was
What,
a
you
good
don't like
album.
the Eagles?
Who?
Hairband. Who's a good
You don't
hairband?
like the Eagles, Lewis?
All of
No, I love the Eagles.
all good, John.
I was about to say, don't make me
But I
not
say
like
don't
you.
ever
Van
say
Halen,
never
technically.
in the music business.
Yeah.
Ozzy said never like 106 times. They've got
Don't
back together
say.
107.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's the thing. It's not just that's never say never. It's don't. Or rather, not in the music business. It's in entertainment in general. Don't ever say never in the music because you never know what's going to happen.
We said never.
Maybe, depending on the money.
yeah,
CM Punk said he would never return to the WWE. In all fairness, he never said that it was going to return to the WWE in any role outside of being a wrestler. But sure enough, there he was on WWE television as a post-show commentator talking about what they just watched on Fox. And everybody was
Let's get ready to rumble.
everybody was just like, you said you were never going to return to WWE. And his comment on this was, oh, well, you know, they're not paying for it. It's Fox. Fox is paying for it. I'm like, yeah, where do you think Fox is getting the money from? That's like saying, like, we weren't funded by terrorists, even though that our parent company gets their money from ISIS.
they another good place to get records, strange enough, is Books A Million. They have tons of them, like new stuff and old stuff. I've seen Marley, I've seen Eagles, I've seen stuff like Warrant, and then they have like new stuff like Billie Eilish and stuff like that.
Now there's a place here in town out off the end of Bonnie Oaks that has all the vinyl you could ever imagine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we have a McKay, yeah.
Yeah, we got a McKay's up here too. I was just thinking about that. You guys also have inside Northgate Mall.
John,
a store.
What happened when we went to McKay's? What happened when we went to McKay's? Do you remember? Do you remember why I was pissed?
Not particularly, no.
Because he waited out in the car forever?
No.
Because it was raining?
No. They got rid of the 12-inch single section.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't find the 12-inch single section anymore, which was the part that I liked. Because that's where you found the cool, weird stuff.
It just mattered in the
regular
stuff.
Every record was a quarter, but they're all gone now.
Heather, that store that you're talking about in Northgate, got a great quick story about that. I had gotten tickets to see Art Garfunkel in concert here at the Tivoli, and the concert was going to be like February. Well, I got the ticket probably the end of November. Got great tickets, and I wanted to come up with some great way of presenting her the tickets and not just in an envelope. So I got the idea. I went to that record store and I got one of Art Garfunkel's greatest hits on vinyl. I bought it, pristine condition. I mean, this thing was in great shape. So I came home, I opened it up, I put the tickets in with the album, and then I printed up a label that said special Christmas bonus, concert tickets inside. And I put that on the album. And then I went back to the store and I said, dude, and I explained to him what I did. I said, could you re-shrink wrap this for me to make it look like it has never been opened? And the guy said, absolutely. He shrink wrapped it for me. I gave it to her. She got it. She was just so happy. And she's like, oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that song. I remember that. Because she used to be a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, so music is so important to her. And so I said, well, she put it aside. She was going to get the next thing, and she didn't open it. I said, did you see the sticker? She says, oh, yeah, it was concert poster or something. No. Read the sticker. She says, concert tickets. And it was not making sense to her because who puts concert tickets in an album sleeve?
And she's like, well, that concert was like 20 years ago. It's fine.
And so, but believe it or not, I do have video. I was videotaping the whole thing, and it was so cute when she finally realized that there were actual concert tickets to Art Garfunkel in there, because she could care less about Paul Simon.
Yeah.
Art was her.
Well, I remember I sort of helped you surprise her with something one time. A video.
Uh-huh.
Of one of her favorite TV shows.
Oh, yeah. I like to surprise her. She's a very appreciative gift receiver, so I like to surprise her. She's cute.
And actually, my wife is sort of glad that HallowCon is not going to happen in person this year, because I can't throw a big surprise for her in front of everybody.
For your wedding anniversary.
Yeah. You remember how I do.
Oh, I know.
I don't go
You
ahead.
just got remarried in front of everybody one year.
She'll still hit you in the face with a pie. You just look out.
300 miles an hour.
Hey.
I forgot about the pie.
Lewis, you just saw pictures. You could hear the thump.
Well, first TKO got
somebody posted a video. I saw the video today,
and I heard it.
Somewhere there is an aluminum pie pan with a
his
perfect
face imprint
of Joe's face and several finger marks around the outside of it.
It happened, and then you hear everybody, oh!
It sounds like somebody getting hit with an aluminum baseball bat.
It did look like that pie pan broke the sound barrier on its way between a quarter inch from Joe's nose and fully impacted.
I was sitting on the side, and it was amazing to watch. First, of course, TKO gets the pie. You know, he was all about it. That was a good, solid pie. And then Joe's like, all right, time to sit down. And it looked like Donna was Mike Tyson back in, his prime. Just, like,
I'm going to knock you out.
Like, so hard.
Mama said knock you out.
It exploded. I've seen video. There's actually a video of Crystal Raven. You can see her going, ha, 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 and you can see her going,
yeah.
Oh, the humanity.
Yep.
Everybody's thinking, oh, this is going to be funny. Yeah, everybody. Then all of a sudden it's like, boom, and everybody's like, oh.
Yeah, everyone's like, why is this a cherry pie? I thought this was a cream pie. Oh, no, Joe.
Hey, the only reason my nose didn't bleed is because there's enough graham cracker crust shoved up in there that
you have to hold everything in.
It held the blood in.
Holy, yeah, I remember that. That was my second year at HallowCon. But
I was always outside during most of the programming.
But I heard that there's HallowCon yet again starting tomorrow afternoon
at 3:00
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Garden Hose.
Is it standard or is it daylight?
It's daylight until Sunday.
The answer is yes.
It's whatever we're enduring at the moment.
Out and then standard by the time it ends.
Yep.
All over the map.
Which means you get an extra hour of convention for free.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how Joe's computer handles that, actually.
That's going to be interesting because we're going to be streaming during that time.
And then he's going to be like running a movie or something. Also, go back an hour and start the movie all over again.
If we're doing Saturday night, Stupid O'Clock, we'll be in Stupid O'Clock when it happens.
Yes.
No. It doesn't happen until 2:00 Eastern.
Stupid goes from midnight until 2.
On Saturday, it goes from 1 until 2.
1 till 2 now?
It's only 1 hour
show, maybe. No, the show is 11 to 1.
The show starts at midnight.
No. Stupid O'Clock starts at 11 on Saturdays.
Yeah,
Oh,
11 to
yeah,
1.
you're right.
11 to
11 to
1.
1.
And fall back is at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3-hour show?
So at 2 o'clock, when it goes back to 1 o'clock, we have to go back on the air to do the close again.
Does that mean we get an hour break between the end of Stupid O'Clock and the Stupid After Show?
Hey,
No.
that's a good point.
Hey.
Or no, maybe you just have to do the after show twice.
No, it just totally screws up my movie schedule. That's for damn sure.
No, we just do the time warp. That's all.
Let's.
Let's do the time warp when that's hardest.
2
The time
I didn't want to
warp,
like do it and like
again.
get cut off. So
it's just a jump. To the
I need to watch that movie. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do that tomorrow when I get.
left.
I'm
But
going to watch
you
that
haven't-
movie tomorrow.
Bringing
You haven't seen it yet?
Oh, I've watched it a million times.
Oh, okay.
I'm too fat. I'm too fat to
Every
do the
year
time
at
warp. Mine looks
LibertyCon.
more like the jelly roll.
You two, every year at LibertyCon during the dance, they'd play it a couple of times. And I'd be out on the dance floor doing the time warp.
Well, they play it at the con suite at ChataCon.
I don't go to ChataCon.
You should.
You should.
I
If
can't.
they ever have it again.
Yeah. I love it.
I can't because there's somebody that goes that stabbed me in the back really good. And I'm afraid I'm going to get drunk and forget what I'm doing and go beat the crap
Show
out
up in a
of them.
costume and bring your own knife.
Well,
And wait till they're not looking.
well, the question is, do you-
Oh, wait. Were we talking about really stabbed you in the back with a knife or
Metaphorically.
And metaphysically.
well, do you want my
In that
opinion?
case, forget John's knife, borrow a baseball bat.
But, man, do you want my opinion?
Shoot.
Murder them in their sleep.
You
That
mean
would
people
require me
sleep at a
getting into their
convention?
room.
What is
And the
this
people
sleeping
that they
thing?
hang out with
And what
know
does it have
not
to
to
do with
let me
science
near
fiction?
her. Like, I don't care about it anymore, but I'm afraid that drunk Heather would.
Okay, that is not me making that noise, whatever
No,
that
that's
is.
me.
Okay.
Sounds like a washing machine.
It is very much a washing machine.
It's either that or you're really nervous and you're like on the bottom of your desk.
Star Trek.
Uh-oh, John's experiencing an earthquake.
It's a Chihuahua attack.
It's the water going through the hose. It's up against the wall.
Okay.
Oh, after show link. Thank you.
Wait a second.
I don't need no stinking.
All right, now we
link.
can talk about bad about skunk.
This is Major Tom to ground
Thanks,
control.
I like that. I got people on my side.
Okay. All right.
That last little half ounce of whiskey, bourbon, brandy.
Half ounce.
I'm ready to go now.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
No, I can't go to sleep. What's skunk run off to?
He's right there. I don't know why he took himself out, but
He's just like,
Oh,
Just
he
show-
forgot the after show intro.
Ooh, so he's having to load that thing, huh?
Yeah. But I got something to show y'all.
Okay.
HallowCon will actually have a commercial running during their show.
Our own show has our own commercial.
Yeah.
All right, that was the thing.
I still haven't figured out what to carve my jack-o'-lantern as.
An
The
M16.
Oogie Boogie Man.
I've done that.
I've
Yeah, we
got
have
one of those wart gourds and a smaller clean pumpkin, and I'm gonna have the wart gourd eating the smaller pumpkin. I'm gonna carve it tomorrow morning. And I'm gonna have it somewhere back here for Saturday.
Yeah, I have my little skull tapestry thing that's going to run across the middle.
I'm going to have the HallowCon banner behind me. I mean, shit, it's only second time I get to use it this year. Third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. All right. I'm gonna go get another beer. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I clicked the stop game. I don't know if it's working.
It's almost the end of the show.
Don't forget your teeth.
Bring your teeth back.
We expect to see a full smile Saturday.
Yep. Oh, so, Lewis, you'll be also getting an sorry. Not used to the mic being right here. Oh.
What do they call that in the what do they call that in the radio industry? Where the guy keeps hitting his head in the mic?
Stupid.
A gaff. Oh, no.
So, have y'all been able to actually hear me tonight?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We said that earlier, Joe. Were you not paying attention?
I'm not used to it. I've got insecurities that my equipment is substandard.
What?
I have a $40 headset.
Well, you
Joe.
need to ask Donna.
You're doing better than me.
Yeah, I got cheap gamer headphones.
Yeah, I'm rocking like a $40 Astro.
What brand is that microphone, Joe?
It is a
Nuker.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Tonor.
Everybody's talking over you. What did you say?
Nuker. Neew.
Oh, Neewer. I buy some lighting equipment from them.
Yeah.
And I've reflectors, the collapsible reflectors. They actually make pretty decent stuff.
I don't know. I never heard of them, but Lewis dropped.
Yeah, Neewer.
There you go. You've got good equipment. Don't worry about it. You sound fine.
All right. Somehow Dan muted himself. Okay. All right.
I was going to say it's about time to mute him anyway.
You kept telling me to.
So, like this is a Neewer.
That's the thing I need to pick
and
up.
It's a reflector and diffuser, and it is quite handy.
You know what else is? You know what else is quite handy, Lewis?
And this is also the Jolly Green Giant or Mrs. Jolly Green Giant's diaphragm.
Ooh. Folds up and fits in her.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I know.
I was, you know what? I'm glad that Joe was on the mark for that because I was totally just blown away by the fact that you just said diaphragm.
Hey, I was trying to get to the drum roll without
goodie.
Do they still prescribe those?
No,
not at that size. No. Got to be a special lady. All right, so that's your reflector. Where's your green screen one? You still got it in that bag too?
No, the green screen is behind.
Is that a Neewer too, or just a?
No, it's not actually.
Lewis, something I want you to do. Show that microphone up here again.
I can't open that green screen one on here because it's like 5 by 6.
Show
But,
that microphone up there again. Now, take a picture of it and post it to Stupid O'Clock.
Why?
Because it's not green. It's not emerald
I know
green.
it's blue. It's as blue as Joe's shirt. I swear to God, everybody.
But
it's showing up
got your green
green.
screen button turned on, don't you?
No.
What color is this? Like red bread?
Yeah, it's reddish.
Red is good.
Yeah.
But
now watch. I'll even change the color temperature of my light. There it's on warm, cool. Doesn't matter.
No.
Green.
What I'm thinking is that you've still got your green screen button activated on,
but on 0%
on StreamYard.
No, it doesn't work like that, John.
No.
It's
Lewis. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying, right?
You see, I took a picture of it. It's blue.
And the picture shows up green.
Okay, now y'all see that. Now I'm going to post this. I'm going to post it to Stupid O'Clock.
But it does it to me too on some stuff.
And let y'all see what color it really is.
All right, I'm going there to look at this.
All right. So,
all right. Photo done. And I'm not even going to put see. It's blue.
Oh,
and continue.
It puts everything.
All right, so it should be there now.
Hey, double check your settings for real though, because I just did, and I can be at 0%, and it does flip the colors.
Okay, well let me see.
Yeah, because I can be at 0% for some reason.
I'm not seeing it on the page.
See, green.
Oh,
everybody's over here checking Stupid O'Clock.
Now that
that's blue.
What? Okay.
No.
Now let me click to none. Ah,
there we go.
That was it.
You were at 0% because mine did the same thing.
Yeah.
This was
bright
green, but when I turn it to green,
that is so weird.
Blue. Yeah.
Okay.
But
thanks, Blake.
It shouldn't work like that. I can't believe John was right.
It was a co-op between John and myself. Because
remember when you were having
John is right more often than you give him credit for.
Lewis, remember when you were having the problem with the?
Yeah.
That was probably it.
The keying out.
Joe,
Yeah.
You do that meeting with the Tech Ops group from StreamYard. You get it on that little call or whatever.
Yeah.
You need to tell them to not allow 0% green screen.
Yeah.
That it should automatically start at 50% no matter what button you push then.
Hey, Skunk, switch your green screen over and see if you can get the natural light can to go green.
All right.
I tried it. I just tried it just now.
I would love to continue this conversation, but guess what?
It's
give up.
the end of the show.
It is the end of the show.
All right. I'll see you guys Saturday. I gotta go do real news.
Talk to you later,
All
Lewis.
right.
Thank you.
Good night, Lewis.
I figured it out.
First name.
Oh.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, touched the face of God.